You know how in a great song, it's the silence between the notes that really hits you? Or how an empty room can feel more peaceful and beautiful than a cluttered one? Well, today we're diving into the amazing concept that connects them all, and it all starts with a little bit of a puzzle. So, we're going to kick things off with a question. Now, on the surface, the things we're about to look at seem completely different, but I promise you, they're all tied together by one single profound idea. So, what is it? What could possibly be the link between the design of a serene garden, the dramatic timing of a powerful performance, and just having a respectful chat with someone? It seems kind of random, right? Think about it for a second. Okay, the first piece of our puzzle is in the physical world. It's the intentional, mindful use of space. Think about those beautiful gardens. It's not just about the rocks themselves, it's about the space between them. And the second clue, well, that's in the world of sound and time. It's the deliberate, careful placement of silence. You know, that beat of quiet that builds suspense, that lets a joke really land, or allows an emotional moment to just sink in. And the final piece of the puzzle, it's all in how we interact with each other. It's that careful, unspoken maintenance of distance, that comfortable space between people that just allows for respect and harmony. So you've got space, silence, distance. What's the big idea here? The answer to our puzzle is a single, incredibly powerful Japanese concept, ma. It's the invisible thread that ties all of these things together. So what exactly is ma? I mean, the character itself, ma, is so cool. It combines the symbols for gate and sun, so you can almost picture a ray of sunlight streaming through a doorway. It refers to the space or the time between things, but, and you've got to get this, it is not an empty void, not at all. It's a meaningful, active interval that is just absolutely brimming with potential. And this really gets to the heart of it. This isn't about absence or nothingness. The sources we looked at emphasize that ma is precisely the space where meaning and richness are born. It's the necessary quiet that gives sound its power, the blank space that makes a painting work. To really get our heads around this, we're going to break ma down into its three core dimensions. We'll look at how it works in the physical world, in the flow of time, and, maybe most importantly, in the way we connect with each other. First up is the one you can most easily see and feel, spatial ma. This is the ma you can actually move through, and one of the best ways to understand it is to look at architecture. Okay, so in a lot of Western design, the focus is on solid walls, on filling up space. But in traditional Japanese architecture, with those amazing sliding screens, the fusuma and shoji, the whole game is different. The emphasis is on flexible divisions. Space isn't sealed off, it flows. That emptiness between objects isn't seen as something to be filled, but as something to be valued and preserved. All right, so we've covered the physical world. Now let's shift our focus to time. This is where we find what's called temporal me. Think about a great piece of music, a theatrical performance, or even a traditional tea ceremony. There's a rhythm to it, right? You have a sound or an action, then you have the pause, the ma. And that is where the magic happens. It's in that silence that a quiet tension builds, letting you process what just happened and anticipate what's coming next. That pause is what gives the whole thing its deeper meaning. And that brings us to our final, and maybe the most subtle dimension, psychological ma. This is all about moving from the external world into our internal one, into our relationships. This is all about the space between people. It's about instinctively understanding the appropriate distance in any relationship, whether that's with a coworker, a close friend, or a family member. Now, this isn't about being cold or distant, not at all. It's about a respectful awareness that creates harmony and prevents, well, friction. This unspoken understanding is seen as a huge key to a smooth and happy daily life. So we've seen ma in space, in time, and in our relationships. Now, let's pull it all together and get to the core philosophy here, why this thing that looks like nothing is actually the source of everything. The most important takeaway is this: ma is not nothingness. You can think of it like a silent, empty canvas. It's absolutely necessary for creation to even happen. I mean, without the blank page, you can't have a drawing. Without the silence, you can't have music. It is the fertile ground from which all new things can emerge. And once you know what to look for, you see this concept absolutely everywhere in Japanese arts and aesthetics. In those gardens, it's the carefully composed space between the rocks and water that creates that feeling of peace. In calligraphy, the power of a single brushstroke is defined entirely by the empty space around it. And culturally, ma is seen as the potential held in that in-between, the space where new relationships and ideas can really take root. And that leaves us with a final thought to take with you. In a world that is always urging us to fill every second and every space, maybe the greatest power lies in what we intentionally leave out. So look around you, in your schedule, in your conversations, in your home. Where can you find and maybe even create the power of ma in your world?